Welcome back to Caffeine Connoisseurs. I'm your host Drake, and today we are reviewing Devil Mountain Coffee Company's Black Label.
Like a Hellcat.
So today we're reviewing a coffee that I just found out about recently. I haven't been drinking this for very long. I've only been drinking it for about a week so far. And so far, it's been a pretty good coffee at keeping me awake during the day. And before anyone goes down in the comments below and says, Drake, you're using K-Cups. Why are you using K-Cups? Like, making actual coffee using the beans and grinding them down and all that's so much better. Well, I'm using K-Cups, okay? I know K-Cups aren't the best, but they're the most convenient just to make like a single cup of coffee, and right now I don't have the money to go and invest in all the stuff that you need for pour over, so I'm just using K-Cups for right now. You can deal with that. I may switch at some point, don't worry, but for now I'm using K-Cups, and K-Cups gives you okay coffee, and in the future I can make a review comparing like K-Cups versus the actual beans. We'll just see how this channel does, and maybe if you leave a like on the video, that would help me invest in better coffee making materials. So as this is coffee, it's hard for me to give you like all the nutrition facts where on like a can I can just read them off the back on a can of an energy drink or something, but this does have 1,550 milligrams of caffeine. That is 1.55 grams of caffeine. This has some serious caffeine in it, and I'm just going to give a warning to everybody: if you do not have a high tolerance to caffeine, do not drink this because it could give you a heart attack, honestly. I've been drinking caffeine forever. I have a pretty high tolerance, and even I felt sort of weird drinking this. And it doesn't give you any jitters or anything. That's one thing that I found out. What they claim is actually very true. You don't feel jittery at all, because with some energy drinks, you feel jittery, you feel really weird sometimes when you drink energy drinks, but with this, it just keeps you awake. You don't really feel anything, but you do feel your heart speeding up. So that's just a disclaimer to anybody that doesn't have a high caffeine tolerance. Now, I have already made a cup of Black Label right here for us to drink. It's cooled off by now because from the Death Wish video, I've learned that I should make coffee in advance because that will give it time to cool off and I won't have to drink it while it's super hot or wait here in front of the camera and be awkward and everything. So let's go ahead and give this a taste and we'll see how it goes. Okay. Now, so this coffee isn't as good as Death Wish. Sure, in caffeine, it is much stronger than Death Wish, but it doesn't taste as good as Death Wish. Even the K-Cups, I don't have a Death Wish K-Cup to show you right now, but the K-Cups look exactly the same almost as Death Wish K-Cups. Besides the logo, of course, on the top, it looks exactly the same. But it doesn't taste the same. There is an underlying sort of sweet taste to this too, but it almost has more layers, and I don't like that because with Death Wish, there's only really 2 flavors in Death Wish, where this almost has more layers, and it's a little bit more bitter than Death Wish. They say never bitter on the package, but honestly, I find it a little bit bitter. Now, to my usual ratings, does it wake you up? Yes, it does. It shocks you awake in the morning. You will be awake when you drink this because it does shock you awake. It does a little bit better job than Death Wish at that. Death Wish has more of a sweet taste. I really like the taste of Death Wish, where this does shock you awake in the morning. Now, of course, as it does have 1,550 milligrams of caffeine, it will keep you going throughout the day with whatever you want to do. This is the only coffee that you will need for the day. The only cup of coffee you will need for the day. If you drink this in the morning, you will be good for the rest of the day. And I'm actually recording this at 8 o'clock at night, so I probably shouldn't be drinking this right now, but I'm probably not going to drink the whole cup just because I would be awake for so long after drinking this cup of coffee. And just a warning, the average recommended daily intake of coffee is supposed to be around 400 milligrams, so that is this is over twice as much caffeine as you're supposed to have in a day. It's even more than 3 times the amount of caffeine that you're supposed to have in a day. So I don't recommend drinking this as a daily coffee just because of that, unless you have a super high caffeine tolerance. Now, how long does this last? I've already went over that sort of. It does last you all day or all night on a school project if you're working at night. Now, I've never used this for a school project because it's the summer right now and I haven't been in school for about 2 months at this point, so I don't know how it would last me through the night, but with 1,550 milligrams of caffeine, I'm sure that it would last you all night through a school project. Now, when I was drinking this, there was no noticeable crash. It was just a normal cup of coffee. I don't really ever experience a crash with coffee unless I put a lot of like sugar in there. That's the only time I really experience any sort of crash, is when there's a lot of sugar in a drink. Now, I like to drink this when it's a little cooled off, like Death Wish. I like a little bit hotter, but this is honestly better after it cools off a little bit. But as I said, I don't really like the taste of this as much as Death Wish, and the Devil Mountain Coffee Company probably doesn't like to be compared to Death Wish, but I just think Death Wish tastes a lot better. So on caffeine content, this is the highest amount of caffeine that I have ever seen in any drink. This is honestly dangerous to drink if you're not accustomed to drinking coffee. So definitely, if you're just getting into drinking coffee, don't drink this. Don't even drink Death Wish. Like, start with some like low caffeine, normal cup of coffee. Even go to like Starbucks or something and get a cup of coffee, but don't drink this when you're just starting to drink coffee. This is for seasoned coffee drinkers, or if you've been drinking like really high-powered energy drinks or something and just want to get off of those because they are a little bit more unhealthy for you than coffee. And if you've been drinking high-powered energy drinks and want to switch to coffee, this may be something that's good for you if you've been drinking a lot of caffeine in the past. Now, if you do want to go out and try this coffee or get my signature Blackboard coffee mug, you can go down in the description below. I will have an Amazon link to this. This was about... Well, actually, I just looked on Amazon and currently they are out of stock of these, but this video is not going to go up for like 2 weeks after I'm recording this. So I will put a link in the description for the beans or grounds. Those are about $20 and it looks like they are in stock of those. Or if you want to buy 2 boxes of this, which I don't really recommend buying 2 boxes of it before you try it, it is about $30 for 2 boxes. So yeah, the K-Cups are a little bit more expensive than the grounds or the beans, but I will put a link in the description to all this stuff. And yeah, so anyway guys, if you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like down below and subscribe, because I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers. I'm going to go ahead and aim extremely high. I don't know how many subscribers I have at the time of posting this, because as I said, it's not going to be posted for like 2 weeks. I'm trying to back up videos. I'm going on a trip for 2 weeks, so that's why this is being recorded so far in advance. But guys, thanks for watching. Do all that stuff that I just said, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.